have in mind as far as, you know, the album kind of not really being a follow-up to the Salvation and
right.
kind of being just a collaborative project with me? What do you have in mind going into it before hearing the beats as far as content?
Right. Well, I wanted to make it, you know, sort of like a hybrid or like a middle ground, you know what I mean, between, you know, an album like the Salvation or a follow-up album to that and a mixtape. You know, I wanted it to be bigger than a mixtape, but I didn't want it to be as, you know, emotional and deep and everything like that as an album.
You know, coming after the Salvation, what made you decide to go into the project with, you know, using more features and reaching out to more people? What was your mindset behind that?
Well, with that, you know, a lot of people want to see that. You know what I mean? Like on my mixtapes, I have features. You know, everybody from Talib Kweli to Mano to Wale to, you know what I mean, people like that. You know, Knowledge from Kids in the Hall, you know, Young Chris, tons of people. But on the album, you know, on Salvation, there weren't any features except Carlita Duran, you know, singing. So technically, there weren't any like hip hop features at all. And I know that people love it, but at the same time, I know that people wanted to see me with other artists. People always say, yo, what if you did a track with this guy? What if you did a track with that guy? Or so and so. So I wanted to do that, and I wanted to kind of reach out and you know, make that happen. So, you know, we put everything on the table, as you know, and you know, it came together.
Working with you for so long, I know
Yeah.
you're one of the few artists that really knows what they want. You know what you want in the vibe, and you have a really particular ear with the kind of vibe and the kind of beats you choose. So what's kind of the first thing you think of, and what's your process when you're selecting beats?
Well, with me, I usually know right away. I remember hearing Dr. Dre say something in a whole interview, maybe like 10, 15 years ago. He said something like, I can listen to a beat and in the first 15 seconds, I know what it is. Or, you know, or a full record for that matter. So I think I take the same approach as far as beats. I'm known for picking like real dope beats, you know, not to toot a horn or nothing like that, but I've, you know, read on blogs or whatever, you know, people who don't get the lyrics and don't understand, you know, the depth of it will still be like, yo, he picks great beats, you know what I mean? So I'm known for that ear, try to keep that up, try to keep that intact. But with me, it's just a feeling, man. Like I just gotta feel the beat right away. I just gotta feel, you know, the drums, and I gotta feel, you know, whatever the story's being told in the beat. Whether it's a knocking, you know, spitting joint, or if it's a, you know, club joint, or if it's a slow, emotional joint, or whatever it is, I gotta be able to hear that story right away.
What were your expectations going into this project? You know, before me even showing you any tracks, getting in the studio with you, what were some of your expectations as far as sonically? How you felt about it?
Well, I knew what you would bring to the table was just more of that. I knew the versatility was going to be there, the diversity was going to be there. Being able to say, you know, we got these type of beats and these type of beats, and it's just real different, but still have one common thread. You know what I mean? That's weaved throughout it. So I knew that was going to be there, and that's something I was looking forward to. I knew the knock was going to be there, and I knew the option to not sample, but make it sound and feel like a sample would be there. You know what I mean? So I just wanted the project, like I said, to be a bigger than a mixtape, not necessarily a debut album or follow-up album to a debut, but, you know, just bigger than a mixtape, bigger than an EP, but, you know, somewhere in that middle ground of just dope beats, dope rhymes, to the point, turn it up in the truck, turn it up on your iPod, turn it up, you know, wherever you at, and just ride out. I've always said to people, you know, that have asked us about the album, I said, God forbid, if I retire tomorrow, or if I decided to stop, or if I moved on into something else, or anything happened, I'm cool with that being the last record I wrote to that point. You know what I mean? Like, if that has to be my swan song, God forbid, I'm with it.